This is a production of Glass City Communications.
The ship seems to be operating perfectly, Captain. Mr. Daniels can speak about any engineering issues.
Only minor issues have come up, Captain, easily taken care of by engineering crews. So far, our trip out to Starbase 39 Sierra has been without any significant issues.
Thank you, gentlemen. How much longer to the Starbase?
About 45 minutes, sir, until we have to drop out of warp.
Thank you all. Dismissed. Nearly to the first destination of our first mission, and my first command. Hard to believe just 2 days ago I was still at my mother's home saying goodbye. Well, you know I'll keep in touch with you.
I know, Michael, but the last 7 months of being able to see you every day has been nice. I'll miss you, and your father was proud to hear that you got the command that you wanted.
I know. It'd be nice to see him one more time before we leave orbit.
And whose fault is that? You should have gone to see your father more often. You know he misses you a lot.
I do. That's why I've decided to go visit him before the Ranger leaves orbit, at least once more. Decker here.
Captain Decker, Admiral March signaled to remind you of the inspection at 1300 hours, sir.
Thank you, Lieutenant, and inform the Admiral we'll be ready. Decker out.
Well, I guess you have to get going.
Yes, but let Dad know that I'll try and stop by tonight after the inspection. Love you, Mom. Decker to Ranger. 1 to beam up. Space. Cold, dark, mysterious. These are the voyages of the crew of the Starship Ranger. Its purpose: to seek out new worlds and to defend the Federation, to fulfill Starfleet's destiny.
Episode 100, Prologue.
Urged Captain, we're about 15 minutes from dropping out of warp, and another 20 from Starbase, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Elberg. Please handle the retrieval of all new officers from the Starbase, and then take us on a heading to Sector 218 for the shakedown, and have Commander Jarvis meet me in the lounge when he's aboard.
Aye, sir.
I can still remember clearly meeting the Admiral aboard for the inspection, and my last visit with my father.
Well, Mike, looks like you've got Ranger ready for tomorrow. Have you chosen your first officer yet?
Yes, I have, sir.
Who have you picked?
Lieutenant Commander Alexander Jarvis from the Hood. The way he helped save the colonists on Carson 3 from the Cardassian attack. And the way he handled the negotiations between the Suliban and the Zinkethi made him perfect material to be my first officer.
Mike, he's a great choice for a first officer. Now that the ship is ready for launch and you've chosen a first officer, we'll have a change of command ceremony tomorrow at 0900 hours. You've done a great job getting her ready, Mike.
Thanks, Admiral, and I'm looking forward to the ceremony tomorrow. Until then, have a good night, sir.
Thank you, Captain. Good night. Lieutenant, energize.
Are you ready to beam down now also, Captain?
Yes, Lieutenant. Energize. Hey, Dad, how are you? I've missed you.
It's been almost 3 months since you were here last. I'm so happy you came to see your dear old dad. I've missed you, Mike.
I'm sorry I haven't been here to see you, Dad. I've been so busy with getting the ship ready for launch, but I wanted to see you before I left. I've got something for you.
Really? What did you get me?
I know you've been having trouble reaching things when Mom's not here.
What is that thing? Have you been looking in the history banks again? Looks like something from the 20th or 21st century.
Maybe, but it'll certainly help. They call it the Grabber in the article. I had one of my engineers recreate it for me.
It should help a lot, son. I love you, Mike.
I love you too, Dad. If you need someone to talk to, you can either contact me on Subspace or write me.
I know. Will you stay for dinner with me?
Sure, Dad. The Admiral gave me such a pep talk the morning of the launch. He knew I was nervous, but I was so proud of taking out Starfleet's newest ship, and one of the Ambassador-class ships to boot.
Captain Michael A. Decker, by order of Starfleet Command as of this stardate, you are hereby ordered and required to assume command of the USS Ranger, NCC 27968, and to accept all the rights and privileges attached thereto. Computer, transfer all command codes to Captain Michael A. Decker, effective immediately. March, Delta 75 Echo.
Voice authorization accepted. Starship USS Ranger is now under the command of Captain Michael A. Decker.
Thank you, Admiral.
Good luck and Godspeed, Captain.
Thank you. This is the Captain. We are finally ready to launch and help write history. Everyone to their stations. Let's get going. Decker out.
Sir, dock control signals that we are clear for launch. All systems standing by.
Conn, thrusters to station keeping. Ops, clear all moorings and umbilicals. All stations report.
Ops ready for launch, Captain.
Shields, deflectors, and all tactical systems ready for launch, sir.
Engineering is ready, Captain. Thrusters and impulse at your command. Running lights have been activated.
Conn systems responding, sir.
All systems launch ready, sir. Dock control officer reports ready.
Alright, everyone. Looks like we can get underway. Ensign Tamir, ahead full thrusters. And once we've cleared the yard, set course for Pluto at full impulse. Take us out.
Aye, sir. Engaging full thrusters.
We've cleared the dry dock. Yardmaster signaling all clear for impulse speeds. No other traffic in the area.
Setting course for Pluto. Engaging full impulse, sir.
How long until we reach Pluto?
52.4 minutes, Captain.
Mr. Daniels, how are the engines doing?
Impulse engines operating at 100%, Captain. Warp power will be online and ready momentarily. With your permission, I'll head down to engineering now.
Yes, thank you, Commander.
Captain, I understand our new first officer is going to be Alexis Jarvis from the Hood.
Yes, do you know him?
Yes, sir. We were at the academy together. In fact, he helped me change my mind. At one point I was going to drop out of the academy, but he helped with what was troubling me. I'm glad to hear he's going to be aboard, sir.
Then I must have chosen a good man as first officer.
Coming up from Pluto now, sir. Mr. Daniels reports warp drive standing by.
Conn, set course for Starbase 39 Sierra, Warp 5.
Course plotted and ready, sir.
Execute.
Captain, we've beamed the Doctor and Mr. Jarvis aboard. He's en route to the observation lounge now, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Clement. Decker out. Decker to Elberg. Get clearance to break orbit, then set course for Sector 218 for shakedown testing. Warp 5.
Aye, sir. Elberg out.
Captain Decker. Commander Alexander Jarvis, reporting in as ordered, sir.
Commander, good to finally meet you. Welcome aboard. Is the doctor aboard now as well?
Yes, sir. She's headed directly to sickbay, and I understand we've already left the starbase on our way for our shakedown cruise.
Yes, I wanted to get moving as soon as you two were aboard. We've got quite a mission ahead of us, Mr. Jarvis, and I want to discuss Starship operations.
You've been listening to Star Trek Ranger, Episode 100, Prologue, starring Jacob Stanford as Captain Michael Decker, Dean Rogers as Commander Alexander Jarvis, Michael Stutelberg as Lieutenant Commander William Elberg, Michael Liebmann as Lieutenant Commander John Daniels, Alexis Waters as Ensign Tamir, Christopher S. Carothers as Lieutenant Commander Paul Hutchinson, Marc Friedman as Lieutenant George Clement, and Paul Lavelle as Ranger's computer voice. Guest starring Jerry Stanford as Admiral Robert March, Michael Day as Captain Decker's father, and Renda Carr as Captain Decker's mother. Music by Jerry Goldsmith, Cliff Eidelman, Ron Jones, Dennis McCarthy, Jay Chataway, Gerald Freed, Don Davis, John Scott, and main theme composed by Rod Abernathy and Jason Graves. Prologue was directed by Jacob Stanford. Audio mixed by Jerry Stanford. Audio play by Jacob Stanford. Your announcer is Paul Lavelle. Star Trek Ranger is based on Star Trek, created by Gene Roddenberry. Star Trek is a registered trademark of Paramount and CBS, all rights reserved. Star Trek Ranger is not affiliated with Paramount, CBS, or any other Star Trek rights holders. No copyright infringement is intended. Star Trek Ranger is a production of Glass City Communications. Executive producers are Jacob Stanford and Jerry Stanford. Stay tuned for our next episode, available for free download at www.StarTrekValkyrie.com and available on YouTube at www.youtube.com/user/ValkyrieNCC2590.